Today, I want to get into Jung Kook getting emotional and talking about leaving his image soon. I also want to get into why Jung Kook believed he was ending his solo activities to enlist and why people are saying this. And then we have HYBE posting something about Taehyung. So hey Dumplings, is Dave decide hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on, grab your dumpling and taste bling mug merch, and let's go. We need to talk about why HYBE posted of what Taehyung said, and it's quite funny and cute. It's very cute that both Taehyung and Jung Kook are kind of doing their solo stuff together, and we are getting the news almost together. And I do wonder what the strategy here is with that, because obviously a big corporation like HYBE isn't just going to do something without a good reason. But maybe there isn't a reason, I don't know. But anyway, if you are not aware, Taehyung is recently doing a fan meet. I don't know if he will formally have a tour, but I think he still wanted to have the opportunity to meet some people and get to know them, or maybe even perform a little bit. This fan meet was done in a very unique way. You'll have to go on Weverse to see the exact way you can enter. However, it's currently closed, but when other opportunities like this come up, just be on Weverse to be aware of them. But anyway, you could be thinking, enter? Why do I have to do that? Why can't I just buy a ticket? Well, apparently with every person who buys a specific copy of an album, they will be entered in the lottery to win a ticket to the fan meet. The fan meet is believed to be in Korea, and I think at a college campus. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it only fits 1,400 people, so it's definitely not a lot compared to how many armies would actually go. The event is being held on October 14th, and Taehyung had formally asked a few things during his recent live stream, and he asked armies that show up to do a favor for him. The first one being that armies need to have the lyrics memorized. They need to know every song on the album, and I assume be able to sing along if Taehyung does some of the songs. That's fair. You also don't want people who are not huge fans to be at the event. Since the event is so limited, it should only be for the top tier armies. The second thing that he asked of armies was to not say his name during the event. He believed this so much that he formally banned his name being said. He asked everyone to please not say Kim Taehyung during the event, and this is usually not a huge deal for most Western singers because there's no chanting of the name. However, in K-pop, this is just a big part of the fandom, chanting the singers' names, and if they're a group, some fan chants are literally just reciting all the members' names. However, Taehyung said that the reason he would prefer if people don't do this is because he said that it will be hard for him not to laugh. Given his songs are a bit more emotional and less party-like, it would not be great if he were to break out of character and laugh. He probably wants to try to be in that introspective, more sad realm in which he was when he wrote the music and all that. Now, this is even funnier because in part the staff or the label will often jump on these trends that the fans do, so they'll also instruct fans on what they would like the fans to do. They had incorporated saying Taehyung's name formally on the fan chant, but then after Taehyung said all this, the staff went in and edited the name out of the fan chant. I'm wondering if it's a situation where Taehyung personally wrote to them, or if the staff was just scrambling after hearing Taehyung say this. Now, of course, as all this is happening, we also have Jung Kook doing a bunch of things. He recently had a bit of a conversation on what his image is and overall what he is doing. His lyrics have gotten a bit more sexual, and this of course would be a topic of conversation. He spoke on Days magazine before that. He felt like he isn't trying very hard to leave his image, or he doesn't feel like with his solo he is being forced to, but he is just trying to play around with different artistic styles and trying very hard to explore new things as an artist. And I think this is something, artists or not, we need to do. We all need to explore our lives outside of one dimension and try things that not only others wouldn't expect, but maybe we wouldn't expect of ourselves. And whether Jung Kook was doing that or not, we won't know. He also mentioned something really interesting, that he is 26 right now and not the same innocent person that everyone has always made him out to be. And this is very much a much needed thing for him to say. A lot of people still see him as a very young boy, and I get that for maybe in the older audience, if you're 40 or 30 and you saw him when he was like 16 and now he's much older, it becomes hard to shake that image of him being older because he's always felt like your son. That's fine. But the people who are calling him cute and innocent and young are people younger than him. That's weird. These people themselves are still children. Jung Kook, a multi-millionaire, does not need protecting. Those people need to protect themselves. Jung Kook then added another line to his statement, which was very interesting, which was asking, wouldn't it be weird or odd for someone like Jung Kook, who is 26, to still be innocent? And I totally agree with this. It should have been very obvious after a certain point that Jung Kook is not a child, and that switch should just go off in your brain. Like, oh, he's 21 now, he can drink, he's touring the world. This is obviously not a child anymore. And it's extremely tough because people look at the children in the industry and think they're young. A 16-year-old in the industry that is really successful probably more so has the mindset of a 30-year-old, just due to the amount of stuff that they go through on a daily basis. For example, traveling really matures you because you learn how to deal with situations. Some 16-year-olds, unfortunately, might have Me Too stories, which also breaks your childhood very fast. And then just being 16 but having millions of dollars, people working for you, and a whole team, it just ages you fast. Jung Kook is 26. He has the body of a 26-year-old, the energy, the looks, but mentally, he is probably as mature as maybe the 50-year-old would be. He has seen things and things that most of us don't see or get to experience until much later in life or at all. I don't believe Jung Kook is being forced to age or change his image. I think he is just so far removed from that image that was given to him, because when you start your career at 16, you're mentally 16. But a year in the entertainment industry is like 5 years, because I can't stress this enough, people's lives move so fast in the industry and a day often feels like a week. So Jung Kook is so far removed from the age we see him at. I just want to explain this phenomenon a little bit more. If you do 3 completely different things in one day, you travel to another state, go pumpkin picking, then fly over to the next state, say hi to a friend, and then at night you head back to your hometown and sit at a restaurant. Most people will only do 1 of those things per day. So the fact that you did 3 makes that one day feel like 3. By the end of the day, when you're at the restaurant, you're thinking back and you're like, wait, this morning we were at a pumpkin patch, right? And that doesn't even feel like the same day. Celebrities are notoriously known to do as many or more very different things in one day. So time moves very differently, and each one of those things you take a lesson with you, so you learn, and so you end up learning almost 3 experiences and lessons in one day, if that makes sense. People also like to say that Jung Kook is grown now, and then also will take back that statement if Jung Kook says or does something they don't like. So even with the more sexual stuff, it's like, oh, he's so innocent, stop this. But then at the same time, those same people will say that Jung Kook needs to not think about BTS and just think about his own solo stuff, and that he is old enough to think about himself. So this comes from this idea where it's believed that Jung Kook will need to cut his solo activities short so that he can enlist and then reunite with the other BTS members in time to meet the promised 2025 date. But a lot of people think that Jung Kook would prefer to do his own solo stuff, and this comes from solo fans that just don't really care about BTS as a group, but just want Jung Kook to leave the group. People are saying that Jung Kook is going to have to cut his solo stuff short and a potential world tour just to go enlist right after the album drops, and they think it's unfair for Jung Kook to cut his album promotion short just for BTS. And I really just don't think that if and when Jung Kook's solo promotion ends, that it would be cut off. I think he has plenty of time to do everything that he may want to do. For example, we don't know if he wants to tour. Touring is very stressful and it's just a lot to do. Yeah, most artists like to tour, but we don't know if Jung Kook wants that. And even if he did, there's plenty of time. If Jung Kook gets his album and everything out by December, he literally still has a few months where he can tour and then head to the military. There's no rush here. These people who are saying this and claiming that Jung Kook is old enough to make the decision and then automatically assume that Jung Kook's decision is to go solo longer is very much a decision backed up by a biased decision rather than something that is true. Jung Kook has long admitted to very much looking forward to going back with the group, and it's the only thing that he has admitted to wholeheartedly. He hasn't really said anything like that about his own work. People think that there's going to be award shows in which Jung Kook will be nominated for that Jung Kook isn't going to be at because he's going to be enlisting, and there's obviously no legal obligation for him to enlist, so fans want him to attend the award shows he may be nominated for. But this could be something he doesn't really care for. It seems to be something the fans care more about. And the laws also state that Jung Kook and the BTS members are allowed to work during the service. So if an award show is on the weekend, he or they can still fly back and attend. So I don't see any issues. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.